Del Cole the rebound, and Canada with 3.5 minutes to play in the first half, leading by 9 and looking to extend on that.
4 of 16 from the floor, 3 of 9 from the free throw line, and those just don't get you too many wins if you keep shooting like that.
Pedanici was deflected by Del Cole, perhaps intending it for Ohama. It goes out of bounds, and Australian coach Peter Core is going to make some wholesale substitutions here, rotating 3 players. Into the lineup comes Webb, O'Nien and Ritchie, while out goes Adams, Romeo, and also taking a break will be Mosley.
And part of the difficulty in coaching wheelchair basketball is you can't just trade 1 for 1. You got to add up the points to 14, and sometimes you take a 2-3 and a 1, and that makes 6, and you got to replace it with a 4.5 or whatever. You got to have a little computer on the sideline.
I hope you did accountancy at college.
Well, I only got 1 tech, then I got a good assistant who knew how to count.
Yes, the players graded on the level of functional ability, where 1 signifies the least amount of movement, and a 4.5 player has the most functional ability. Elise Tesh, for example, is a 4.5 category player. Canada bring it forward, and they extend the lead. The basket for Kendra Ohama, and it's 22-11.
Well, this big crowd is still into the game. They're just trying to will the Gliders into a couple of baskets to go down.
It's a 14-2 scoring run by Team Canada. Carter for Tesh. Tesh is fouled, and she will be off to the free throw line.
Just so they can stay in touch, because Canada, if they get their tails up, they know they're good.
Well, it's all in the way you say it. It's either a foul shot or a free throw. That was definitely a foul shot. Makes it sound so much better. Free throw, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There it is.
It is free. It's hard to come up trumps all the time.
Tesh up to 4 points alongside of Carter and Coughlin. There's Troy Sachs from the Rollers team, eagerly watching on, taking more than a passing interest in the performance of Jane Webb. They're engaged. And here she is right on cue, pulling in the rebound and drawing a foul, and she's off to the free throw line and showing a bit of Troy Sachs-like attitude.
Oh, you like to see it, don't you? Troy's on the sideline saying, yeah.
He's standing now.
He's loving it.
Here it is again. Webb, number 15, pulling in the rebound. Met heavily. She wasn't going to let go of it. And then squaring up awfully quickly.
Well, those chairs become kind of a weapon. You know, they're a great screen, those chairs. You can't get around them too easy.
Here she is shooting too. She first met Troy in 1993 basketball, caught up again in Atlanta. They began dating the following year. The rest, as they say, is history. It's good. She's a Category 3 player. Been in a wheelchair for 15 years. Fell from a tree, landing on her back on an exposed tree root when she was 10 years old. Now here she is, making 1 of 2. Might get it again. Reached for it, couldn't get it. Canada leading by 9. Ferguson with the pass. And the foul was called on Donna Ritchie, crashing into Laurie Radke.
And not a bad foul. Radke pretty tough around the basket, a 4.5-pointer. Donna Ritchie got caught down low, but with the team still not in the foul count in the bonus, it's still side ball. So they've done a very good job of limiting the number of fouls in this first half.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the first half, the gold medal playoff in the women's wheelchair basketball competition. Canada leading it by 9, and they turn it over. Katrowski unable to handle the pass from Ohama, and we are going to have a timeout called by the Canadian coach Tim Frick, with Canada leading at 22-13. There's one of the signs in the crowd, just a shot of some of the people here. It has been a remarkable 8 or so days.
It has been unbelievable. When I took over the Rollers 2 years ago, I said, you know, one of our motivations was to play in the gold medal game in a full Superdome, 18,000 people. We're not quite there, but we did play the other night in front of 16.5, and I must admit, this stadium, it has been fantastic for the sport, not only the Olympics, but the Paralympics. And And I think, you know, just to see this type of crowd enjoy wheelchair basketball is just phenomenal.
The crowd getting behind the gliders as Liesl Tesh breaks away. The pass off for Carter. It's an offensive foul called on the Australian team. We'll wait to see who it's assessed to. It will be on Liesl Tesh. Our referees for the final from the United States, Great Britain and Israel. And it was the Israeli referee, Itzhak Ramot, calling the offensive foul there.
Itzhak did our game the other night, and I must admit I was trying to pick up his interpretation a number of times, but on that occasion, I think it was the right call.
From the baseline, Ferguson shot in and Donna Ritchie has support. Lisa O'Nien, can she keep going? Can she keep going? No, it's an offensive foul again on the gliders.
Well, Lisa just pushing it probably a little bit too much. Defense got pretty good position. Peter Core not happy. Half the time that happens, you know, when I'm coaching, I look at my two assistants who played for Australia. I said, was it a good call? I'm still trying to figure it out. What is good and what isn't? I see contact. I want my way.
That's why we've got you here tonight. You're here to decipher it for us.
Charge.
Canada by 9. Ferguson working it around in the corner. Off for Abbott. Good ball movement. Krempian unable to hit. Rebound for Benoit. Now Radke. Oh, it's not rolling for Canada now. Ritchie the rebound. Inside of the final minute of the opening half. O'Nien away for the gliders.
Donna Ritchie has done a lot of work. She's a really tough nut out there. She's gotten rebounds. She's set screens. Picked up a couple of loose balls. Now maybe she can get a score.
O'Nien inside. Can't get it. And Benoit is fouled. It is the 9th team foul on the gliders this half. Therefore, it will be 2 free throws for Chantal Benoit.
Well, we said earlier they're only shooting 28% for the tournament from the free throw line. If you were an able-bodied coach and your team was shooting 28%, I guarantee you'd be saying, yeah, not good. But in wheelchair basketball, that's not normal. But I'd be fouling him a lot more.
Benoit is the star of this Canadian team. 9.5 points per game. She lost a leg to bone cancer when she was 18. By 24, she was in the national wheelchair team at the 1984 Paralympic Games. She's now 40 and has been the mainstay for Canada in this golden decade for them. She plays, Bob, for the Ottawa Jazz in the Canadian League. It's a team which features able-bodied and disabled players, and her dream now is for wheelchair basketball to be included at the Olympic Games for either able-bodied or disabled players, which is an interesting thought.
Well, it is. I know Jerry Houston, who plays for the Rollers, thinks the same thing. He'd like to see a lot more people experience it, but having gone in the chair, as I said twice, nah.
We won't get Andrew Gaze out there till he's 70.
No, I think Shane Heal and
Andrew and Leroy Loggins.
I think they've tried it a couple of times. I saw a commercial the other day with Shane Heal and Michelle Timms. I don't think they'll be playing wheelchair basketball somehow.
I saw Michelle in the stands a short time ago. Shot clock at 6 for Ferguson. Can't hit. The gliders have got 10 seconds to get at the length of the court. Down to 6 seconds for Mosley. Trapped near halfway. Throws it away. Ferguson comes up with a steal. The outlet pass is going to go out of bounds. And that is halftime in the gold medal game between the Australian gliders and Team Canada. The gliders led it 9 points to 8. But after that, Canada stormed clear on a 15-4 scoring run. And at halftime here at the Sydney Superdome, it is Canada leading by 10, 23-13. We'll be back here for the second half. She's there 16 hours a day. She has been to every event, and she can tell you every statistic for every classification. She has done a wonderful job in the host chair.
And you know, it's not an easy job, as a lot of people probably don't know, but you got to sit there and be an expert on everything and throw to people, and she's done a fantastic job. But when you look at the Australians here tonight, you know, they're shooting 24% in that first half, as you see Troy Sachs looking on, trying to cheer on Jane Webb and the gliders, but they only shot 24%. We said that Coach Peter Core said we have to get it up to 40. They need to do that. They also have 12 turnovers, which have led to 10 points, fast break points by the Canadians, and that is not good when you're up against a team with the caliber of Canada.
Canada in the red uniform to the right of screen. The Gliders in the gold uniform to the left. If you're just joining us, second half action. Canada leading by 10 points. The first 5 minutes so important, and the Gliders start with a steal through Liesl Tesh. Lays it off for Amanda Carter.
And you said at the halftime break, Clinton, that Australia needs to score the first 2 or 3 baskets to make this a contest, and I think you're definitely right. Pollock, Coghlan, no.
Good feed inside from Tesh. Coghlan off balance, unable to make the basket. Petenici brings it forward for Team Canada. Unbeaten in major competition since they won the Paralympic gold in 1992. Underneath, a foul is called on the Gliders. Laurie Radke drawing the contact.
Such a frustration too when you're coaching and you see someone get free in the key and they're rolling down and they get the easy shot and it goes over the backboard. You think, put it in the basket. And then you stop and you think, you know, last time I was in the chair I thought it was pretty tough. Maybe it's not as easy.
Laurie Radke makes the opening basket.
Well, this team's shooting 28%, as we keep saying, but so far 4 of 7. So they've done the job on the line. 5 of 8.
And it's now a 17-4 run, bracketing halftime. They are not daunted by playing the host nation in front of a capacity crowd of upwards of 15,000. Coghlan being held up. Adams now. Left alone. Will she think about the shot? No. Liesl Tesh lost the handle on it. And fortunately for the Gliders, they'll get it back. The captain for Canada, Katrowski, unable to hang on to it.
And the Australians also have not scored in the paint, in the key area, at all through this entire game. And you know, that's something that they've been pretty good at. So the layups have gone astray. The outside shots haven't gone down. And they're struggling to put points on the board.
It is going to take a pretty impressive comeback if they're trying to take the gold medal. Katrowski for Canada. Radke working it around. Petenici. Shot clock in the upper right of your screen. Down to 10. They come up with possession and it doesn't fall in, but they get the rebound through Radke. They were shading the Aussies on the boards at halftime, 16-14.
Well, Coach Peter Corr on the sideline yelling for a 3-second call. It's pretty tough once you get into that key to get out of there.
Petenici can't get it. Like trying to turn around on the Harbour Bridge and peek out. Coghlan recovers. Adams, can she get it over the top? She can't because she is fouled. Sabrina Petenici on screen, called for the foul. Side ball for the Gliders.
Well, the Canadians, of course, with that experience level, they're pressing up, making it difficult for the Australians to get the ball advanced to half court.
Karen Farrell comes in for the Gliders as we have a look at Julianne Adams. There's Karen Farrell. Her hero is Michelle Timms. Michelle in the audience tonight as a paying spectator. She'll be with us on Sunday Basketball this Sunday on ABC Sport from 9:30 to talk about all the basketball news, including a wrap of all the Paralympic Games action. The Gliders need a score here. Adams for Liesl Tesh. Can she get going? No. Rebound by Coghlan. Manages to hang on to it, and she's fouled. That's a good rebound.
Well, it was a good rebound. She was determined to get the shot away, starting in the second half in place of Mosley. But they're saying that she was not in the act of shooting. I thought she was definitely going to the basket, but side ball.
At the moment for Liesl Tesh, this is not a game that she'll put in the archives at home. Coghlan inside. Oh, they can't get the ball to fall in. Yet to break through in this second half. They led this game 9-8.
They're getting their opportunities inside. They've had a couple of layups and rolled out. Offensive rebound there that doesn't go.
Abbott inside. Peters can't make it. Coghlan, a very important factor on the rebounds is Paula Coghlan. She draws a foul on Radke, and the Gliders will have the basketball as Canada is called for their third team foul in the opening 3 minutes of this second half.